Welcome to Yoga Mama. We'll begin this practice lying on our right side. You might want to have a blanket or pillow to cushion your head. And you also may need an extra blanket or pillow for underneath your belly, underneath the side of your belly if you're getting further along. And we'll begin this practice with some deep breaths. You can place one hand on your belly and feel free to tuck something like a blanket or pillow between the legs if you feel any discomfort in the hips or the lower back here. And let's just begin by coming fully onto the mat by taking a deep breath in through the nose. And let the breath out through the mouth. And with each exhale, feel that you can let go of the day. Let go of everything that's not happening right here, right now on your mat. And begin to breathe in and out through your nose. And follow the breath into your body, through the nostrils, down the throat, beyond your lungs, and to your belly. Feeling how each breath moves your body and gently rocks your baby. And come into the practice of allowing each inhalation to bring all of your attention inward so you can assess how you feel at this moment. And let each exhale remind you to let go of everything that's not happening right now, as well as to let go of any physical discomfort or tension that you find arising in your body, even if that means you need to change or skip one of the postures. Now extend both arms straight out from your chest so that your palms connect. And with an inhale, lift the left arm up toward the ceiling. You can roll toward the back of your head and allow the left arm to open out behind you as much as feels comfortable to you. And then exhale, bring the left arm back in front of the chest. Let's do this with the breath. Inhale to open. Exhale, hands come back together. Let's do 3 more here. Let your breath guide you. No rush in the movement. Still breathing slow, full breaths. And letting that pace be the guide for the pace of your movement. One more time here. We'll inhale, open the left arm out behind you, and then you can let your arm rest all the way to the ground. Maybe adjust the legs a bit so that you feel you can just settle into this relaxing twist. If your arm doesn't settle all the way down to the ground, you can place a prop beneath it or even try your hand behind your head for a little support or a different position of the shoulder. Find what feels best to you. And take 5 full breaths here. Remember the practice of following the release of each exhale. And feel that your whole body and your whole mind can follow that release of each breath out. Now slowly come all the way back to being on your right side. And you can press your left hand into the ground just in front of your chest to prop your head up a bit. So you might want to move your blanket if you're using one. And prop your head up in your hand. And now you can lift up the left leg and reach inside of your leg to take hold of your big toe and extend your left leg into the air. Let's say maybe your big toe feels kind of out of reach. You can hold the back of the calf or the back of the thigh, or even use a strap hooked around the ball of your foot. So it might feel good to have your foot going toward the ceiling, But others like to have the leg coming down toward the ground more. Just make sure that your belly has plenty of space inside of the left thigh. And gently pull on your big toe or on your leg to deepen the stretch down the back of the leg. And again, you can try these various positions of the leg until you find what feels most comfortable to you, to bring a little stretch into the hamstrings. And take a few full breaths as though you're flowing the breath directly into this opening that you've made within the body. One more breath here. And as you release your left leg, let it come down to rest on top of the right one. And with the right knee or the left knee bending further, you can reach back to take hold of the top of the left foot. Again, you might need to use a strap here. And a lot of times we have to lift up the thigh bone to catch the foot. So if that was the case for you, let your thigh bone come down to be just about parallel to the ground. And pull your heel in toward your glute. And you can deepen this stretch for the quadriceps and the psoas muscles through the front of the hips by sending the left knee further back. If you start to feel off balance, you can adjust the position of the bottom leg to help you feel nice and steady here. And again, flow your breath into this opening that you feel through the front of the thigh. And this is excellent practice for labor, breathing into that sensation of opening and breathing out to release any resistance to the opening. Especially being aware of keeping the facial expression soft, the neck and shoulders relaxed. 2 more breaths here. And slowly release. And you can have the legs stacked and press down into the left hand to just slowly bring yourself up toward a seated position. Option here to sit on a blanket with the sit bones, and this will just help you to keep the hips a little more level to each other. And we're going to keep the knees bent with the right foot touching to the left thigh. If at any point this is bothersome for the left hip, you can extend the left leg out wide, and that might feel better. Take your arms out wide, up to about shoulder height, with the right palm turned down, left palm is facing up. Inhale and touch down with the right hand. As you reach up through the left arm, stretch the arm alongside your ear to bring a lot of space through the side body. Option to bend the right elbow so that your elbow sinks toward the ground or maybe all the way down. If this is too much, back up a bit, maybe even use a block underneath the right hand. But take a moment to find the most comfortable depth in this stretch for you today. One more breath here. Inhale. Now exhale and slowly rise up to the center, right back to where you started without pressing off of the right hand. So it uses quite a bit of core strength. And we'll do that again now with the breath. Inhale, touch down with the right hand. The left arm reaches up and overhead. And exhale, rise up. Strong core as you come up. Keep moving with your breath as your guide. Two more. One more time. Now inhale, let the arms stretch out wide, and exhale, take a twist to the right. So your right hand will touch down behind your hip, and the left hand can touch to either leg. You can turn your chin looking over the right shoulder behind you, and take a few full breaths here. Inhale, unwind your way back to the center and lean back onto the hands. And you can walk the feet over to the opposite side. And as you bring the knees down, you can move your blanket over to the other side of your mat. So we'll lay now on our left side. So remember, you're welcome to put a blanket underneath your belly here if it feels kind of heavy in your belly when you lay on your side. Arms will stretch straight out from the chest. palm to palm. Inhale, lift up the right arm, stretch it open behind you as much as you can comfortably. And then exhale, bring the arms together again. And keep moving with your breath as your guide. Three more at your pace. And this time, as you inhale and open the right arm out behind you, find a comfortable place to pause. Ideally with the arm resting all the way to the ground or to a prop beneath the shoulder. And you can turn your head toward your right hand and let your whole body relax for a moment as you take some slow, full breaths. Following that flow of your exhalations out of the body into the space around you. Feeling your whole body releasing and further relaxing with each breath out. One more breath here. And slowly come all the way back to being on your left side. And press into the right hand in front of your chest so that you can prop your head up into the left hand. Now you can lift the right leg and reach inside of your leg to hold onto the big toe or your ankle, whatever you can reach for, and extend the right leg out as much as feels comfortable. And remember, your foot can go more toward the ceiling, or you might want to bring your leg closer to the floor in front of you. Just make sure your belly has plenty of space here inside of the right thigh. And then to deepen the stretch for the hamstrings, you can pull your leg closer to your outer body or closer to the top of the mat and take a few full breaths. Like you're breathing directly into this opening that you've made. One more breath. And then slowly release. As the right leg comes down to meet the left one, bend the right knee even more deeply so your foot comes toward the glute behind you, and reach back to take hold of the top of the foot. Make the thigh bone just about parallel to the ground. And as you're pulling your heel in toward your glute, you can send the right leg further back to deepen the stretch for the front of the thigh and hip. And again, breathe into that open space. And with your exhales, feel that you're following that release. Almost like the tightness or any tension you feel in the thigh muscle or through the hip can leave the body with the breath. One more breath here. And as you release your right foot, press the right palm down into the ground in front of your chest and just slowly make your way up to a seated position. Again, you might want to tuck a blanket underneath the hips, just so your hips are lifted a little higher. And bring the left foot to the front of the right thigh. And we'll inhale, take the arms out wide. This time the left palm faces down, right palm facing up. And then with your exhale, lean to the left. Aim to keep the right sit bone touching down. And as you're looking for this stretch through the right side body, you can bring your arm a bit closer to your ear, maybe bend at the left elbow so that you sink a little further into the bend. But listen to your body. You might actually need to be on your fingertips or have a block underneath the hand so the ground is lifted up to meet you. We'll take one more breath here. We'll be coming back here in a moment. So a full inhale. And then exhale, slowly rise up to the center without pressing off the hand, using the core strength to guide your way up. And again, inhale, touch down with the left arm, reach up and overhead with the right. And exhale, back up to the center. 3 more at your pace. Two more. One more. Good. Inhale. Exhale, take a twist to your left with the left hand touching down just behind the left hip. Right hand can touch to either knee or either thigh. And each inhale, feel your low body rooting further into the ground and the spine growing taller. And as you exhale, you might find a little more twist, rotating your belly and your chest further to the left, maybe turning the head to look over your left shoulder. One more breath. And then slowly unwind. As you come back to the center, you can lean back onto both hands and cross the right ankle in front of the left one, so you're in easy pose. And feel free to switch this cross or to even let the legs stretch out. That'll be fine. Now, taking a light hold on the knees, inhale and lift your chest up toward the ceiling. Reach up and back through the crown of the head and draw the shoulder blades back, so you feel a stretch through the front body. Now exhale and round your spine, chin toward the chest. Let the ribs sink back so you feel a stretch through the back body. And again, inhale, lift the heart, draw the shoulder blades back. Exhale, round the spine. Chin sinks down. One more time. Inhale, lift the heart, draw the shoulder blades back. And exhale, round the spine. You can gently pull against the knees to help further stretch the back. Now inhale and reach your rib cage to the left and then forward as you draw the shoulder blades back. And exhale, take the ribs to the right and then back again. So you've just made a full circle. And keep moving with your breath as your guide. Stirring up any tension that's been settled at the base of the back. And change directions. And coming to the center, sit up nice and tall. Inhale to circle the shoulders forward and up beside the ears. And exhale, release the shoulders back and down. Let's do this 3 more times. And as you release the shoulders down the back, lean back onto your palms. So your fingers might turn to point in toward the hips, or they might turn out to the side. It's up to you. And you can uncross the legs and have the toes pointed forward with feet pretty wide so your belly's got plenty of space. And press into the palms to lift the heart up. Take your head gently back. Feel free to stay right here. Or if you want a little more challenge, a little more stretch, press into your hands and your feet to lift the hips into the air, finding reverse table pose. We'll take 3 breaths here. Let your tailbone stretch toward the pubic bone so your lower back has plenty of space. If you feel any strain in the lower back here, bring your hips back down. 1 more breath. And sink the hips down. Back to your blanket or your mat and take the bottoms of the feet together. You can take hold of your ankles or maybe the knees and take a full inhale, grow very tall, and exhale, hinge forward from the hips and your hands can slide down to hold your feet. Or you might touch your hands down to the ground or a pair of blocks in front of your legs. And let the head feel heavy. Now, as you get further along, you might need to sit your hips up a little higher here. You could sit on a bolster so that your belly has plenty of room here between the legs. And the elbows can go wide. It may feel nice to have either a block or a stack of blankets or pillows underneath your forehead, only if you feel like you need that support. If it doesn't feel good to let your head hang down, then definitely support the head. If you'd like, you can try a gentle rocking motion of the torso from side to side. And if being still feels better, that's fine too. Press your hands into the ground and slowly roll the spine up. Feel free to stay in a seated position, or you're welcome to come back to lying on your side. Either way, take a moment to feel the effects of these movements, the effects of breathing deeply and tuning into your body. If your schedule allows, give yourself some time to just relax. If you feel you're done with your practice for today, you can bring the palms together in front of the heart. Thank yourself for taking this time out of your day to reconnect to your breath, your body, and your baby. Thank you so much for joining me.